Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to a match reaction show, a final one for today. And it's finished Atletico Madrid 1, Real Madrid 2. And you could say at the end, you could say, I think Real Madrid out Atletico. That's what they did. The way that they played, in the way that they approached this game, that sending off as well. They tried other tactics as well. So you could just say that that's what they did. It was almost a role reversal in some ways. But you know what? They came away with the 3 points. Probably made it a bit more harder for themselves in the last 5-6 minutes than they needed to. But it was an efficient performance. I don't think anybody would say Real Madrid were the better team in this game. I don't think you could say that. But they still get the job done. I think that is Real Madrid, isn't it? At the end of the day, that is what it is. They don't have Benzema. It doesn't matter. They're not playing that well. It doesn't matter. They just find ways to get the result. They find ways to get the win. And I genuinely don't know how good this Madrid side is. Is it lucky? Is it really good? I have no idea. I just watched the game and it just seems like they find ways to win. And every game, you just don't know what you're going to get from them. Not in terms of results, because they win every game, but just in terms of the performance and how they're going to win games, such you just don't know. And maybe that is what it is. Sometimes you might say, well, that's how they make it up as they go along. But there should be a method to the madness, or maybe the madness is the method. I don't know, but that's what I get. But anyway, talking about the goals itself, I thought both goals had a very interesting feel to it because both goals involved the way that Madrid's approach to this game, which was basically trying to catch Atletico Madrid on the break, trying to put balls over the top to exploit the high line. I don't know why Atletico were playing a high line. I have no idea why they were playing that. You don't want to play a high line when you're up against Vinicius and Rodrygo anyway. But I don't know what the plan was from Atletico, but Real Madrid had a great play game plan. So yeah, we're just going to use Modric or Kroos to just play balls over the top. And that's what they did. First goal was a very nice little run from Valverde. Like he got past, he broke through the lines. Up until that point, Atletico had been the better team as well. Probably some would say the intensity was good. Some of the players were really good, but then it's just that run from Valverde breaks through the lines. The ball falls to Tchouameni, and Tchouameni just goes ball over the top. There you go, ball over the top, and everybody was caught napping in some ways. Everybody was caught napping. Napping. I actually thought Felipe. At first, I thought Felipe could have done better. But as I watched it back, I was like, well, Felipe probably was the only one who did anything. Nobody else did anything. So I can't be harsh on Felipe for that. But it was a good finish from Rodrygo. Like with his right foot, he just puts it past Oblak. And it's 1-0. Run against another play. Again, on the break, Madrid go 1-0 up. And then they make it 2-0. Again, this time it's a 1-2 with Modric on that left flank. Again, I'm not sure what was going on there, because they almost, again, Atletico just so static at times in defense. They were like, yeah, let's do your thing. Like, let's just try. Everybody was. I almost felt like at times the players who were getting caught out of position, and so therefore those who were in position were like, well, he's got caught out of position, so I don't want to get caught out of position. So it's almost like that tussle, wasn't it? Mental tussle between the two sets of players. But it was a great 1-2. Vinicius gets the run. He should score. And I just feel Oblak could have done better. Oblak was just almost again. Oblak was also static. He didn't really make a save. It hit him and went off the post. But I just feel Oblak sometimes. I feel like his saving leaves a lot to be desired. He's a good goalkeeper, but I just feel that his saves are not that great. And I don't know what the issue is, but he's just static there. Hits the post, comes out to Valverde, and Valverde just finishes it off. I think Valverde is having this really understated season where he's doing lots of great things, and yet it's all falling under the radar, in some ways. But he's been brilliant this season. He has, like, he's been had hand in both two goals again. Looks. I mean, I think the midfield of the future will probably be Camavinga, Tchouameni, and Valverde. I think that is their next new sort of midfield trio. But for now, he's doing a great job on the right wing. So you might even say, well, can they afford to put him in midfield when he does so well on the right wing? I'm not sure. But even his second goal, it's 2-0. I just think at 2-0, you just felt like Madrid were going to win. And you know what? And Atletico felt that too. I think Atletico felt that they were not going to win either, that Madrid just going to win this. And they started losing their cool. Vinicius tried to get Reinildo sent off, get it to Reinildo. He didn't react. He was like, well, you're trying to get me sent off. I know what you're doing. But I felt like Atletico were kind of going through the motions a little bit. At times they were getting frustrated. I can't remember in the second half until the goal that they really created something. It was just all Madrid were just dominant, just controlling they weren't dominating it, but they were controlling it. They were just like, yeah, do whatever you want. We're here. We'll just counter everything that you do, and it just never didn't make sense. Atletico's approach in the second half, it really didn't make sense to me until they got the goal, which was a Courtois error. Really, I mean, that goal is all about Courtois making that mistake because he comes out this with the punch, gets nowhere near it. Hermoso doesn't know what's going on, by the way. Hermoso is actually turning his back towards it. Again, I don't know why he's turning his back towards it. He's turning his back and it hits his shoulder and goes in. It's the luckiest goal that Hermoso will ever get. in his career, but it's 2-1. At that point, you thought, no one, maybe Atletico can stage a comeback. These are the sort of things that happen, right? You're 2-0 up, you're cruising, suddenly the opposition gets a goal, you're at home, you've got the crowd behind you, and you're chasing a game, you get the second goal, you might even get a third, but they were settled for a second goal. But, the crowd suddenly went a little bit wild, and Atletico had a good spell, and then Hermoso got sent off. Was that a red? Was that a second yellow? It wasn't. It definitely wasn't a second yellow. Vinicius got, not Vinicius, I was Ceballos got him sent off. In that instance, he did. It was play acting, but that's what Atletico do. And that's why I said Real Madrid out Atletico. And then you could say that with the sending off there, it was never a second yellow. It was never a yellow card. But unfortunately, VAR can't interfere, because if it was straight red, VAR would have overturned it, of course. But because it's the second yellow, VAR can intervene. I think they need to change that. I think second yellows need to go to VAR as well. Because again, it's a sending off at the end of the day. It's still a sending off, so you got to go and ask him. And maybe not necessarily ask him to overturn cards, but check if it's a dive or something of that. So they got to look into those things. But anyway, but that was it. 2-1. I mean, I think Atletico Madrid is sending off. Then Real Madrid were like, yeah, we'll just see it out now. Could have been interesting those last 3-4 minutes had they been on the field. 11 was 11, but not to be. But 3 points for Madrid. They go back to the top of the table again. They're keeping ahead of Barcelona. And this is where, I'll just leave you with this thought there, which I think Barcelona are just dominating games. Right? If you watched the game yesterday, they were completely rampant. The way Lewandowski is just banging them in, they're not having too many issues beating teams. Real Madrid are beating teams, and you almost sense that Barcelona have that pattern figured out. They know how they're going to win games. Real Madrid is just like making it up as they go along. You feel like that. I know they're not doing that. It almost feels that they're making it up as they go along. So I don't know who's going to win the league title. I think those two games between the two teams will probably decide who wins it, because that's the way it's looking right now, because I think they're just so far and away clear of everybody else. We've been transported back to the 2010s, folks. We've been transported back to the 2010s, because these two teams are just so far ahead of everybody else. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game. Of course, smash like for Fede Valverde. If he was your man of the match, he was my man of the match. I think I'll give it to him. So yeah, smash like if Fede Valverde was your man of the match. And a shout out to Rodrygo as well. Scored a goal. I mean, he's replaced Benzema, which is a big thing to do, and he's adequately done that. 3 goals in 3 starts. I think that's just fantastic return. That's as much as you can expect from anyone. So yeah, so smash, shout out to him as well. Smash a like for Rodrygo as well, if you liked his performance today. Do remember to subscribe to our channel, of course, on YouTube and on Facebook. We appreciate the support. We're doing quite a few videos this week as well. So it will be international break, but there will be games and we'll do videos. So do subscribe so you can get notified as they drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.